to Divinity Within Thee, where we take time to get in touch with the divine, you guys. So, happy spring equinox. Look what I found on my little walk. This is called a blue butterfly. Obviously. Obviously, nature looks like a woman because God creation itself is woman. What is that song? That Whitney Houston. I'm every woman inside of you. Something like this. On that. So, anyways, guys, let me see if I can so we're at the actual beginning of the actual top dead center of the astrological new year. So now we're officially in the equinox, right? We're in this vernal equinox, right? What does vernal mean? Vernal is like the beginning. I think the Latin breakdown is like first vernal is like first spring, and equinox is like equal night, right? Like hello. I love looking up like etymology and etymology of words, like of the definition of the understanding, and like knowing where they come from, their origin, their root, what the breakdown is. 222, you guys. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I finally found my beautiful mineral palette. I kind of feel like I should be wearing a more colorful bandana though. Should I change this? I feel like I should change it. I feel like it's like not bright enough, right? So why do we celebrate the equinox? Why is the actual new year, and real equinox now instead of and you don't want to say this is nature? Look at this. This is like spot on color. Tell me that's not the same. You guys, that's nature. That's nature. That's nature. No filter. Um, because nothing actually blooms all year, right? Nothing actually is blooming all year. Nothing in nature. I mean, there is annual and there is perennial, right? There is things like succulents and cacti and different things, right? Evergreens that are continuously in the same state. But really, no, really nothing in nature is blooming the same all year, right? And so spring, this is when things start to sprout up. So if you think of things in the sense of nature, right? I have to change because now that can see my, I need more color to go. So once nature is goes dormant, right, in the winter, right? We have bears and everything else. They go dormant in the winter and they build up just like a lotus, right? A lotus goes into the mud and I'm just trying to see. I can't see on this other device. Let me see if I can see. Let me see what I can see. Because I saw a bunch of people here and then I see a bunch of people gone. I see nobody. That's why. Let me see. Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay, it's just whatever. They have my devices and everything tapped and hacked and everything like that. I can see on this one. I send myself some love. Okay. You guys, so crazy. So I can see there's 0 numbers on here, and I can see the numbers actually on this other phone. That's super cute. So almost as cute as me, but not quite. So guys, let's talk about this. Trusting heaven, Archangel Michael, you're safe. So again, your angels, your ancestors, your elemental spirits is what this one was talking about. For some of you guys, you can be getting some type of signs or signal. You can be actually getting signs. Okay, you need to ask for Archangel Michael's help. For some of you guys, you are maybe fighting something, some type of a demon. Okay, some people, I was talking about this on the last couple of videos. Somebody was like given some type of a sexual, like a demonic sexual entity that has been attached to them. And so they have had some type of problem with that. Okay. It can be some type of sexual or porn addiction, something like this. Um, call upon Archangel Michael. Okay. That's what they're telling me. Okay. And have your faith, I mean, your faith is like, it's not necessarily in a different religion or something like that. It's like, it's faith that knowing that if you call upon a higher being, if you call upon deities, keepers of the light, higher beings, that they're gonna show up. Okay. Now they may not always show up in the way that you imagine them to show up, right? Like obviously, like they're not depicted the same. Some actually do look very similar, and some no. Some totally not, right? Like I sometimes wonder like how crazy gnarly I look in other realms, right? Because I know that I'm looking like a tiny little girl in this realm, you know, but I know I'm like some higher level, like people aren't sure, right? They're not sure if like I'm an angel or a demon, right? I'm an earth angel in this roundabout. But yeah, calling in your angels, your guides, your ancestors, everything like that. So let's burn a little sage. I feel that some of you guys need to do some cleansing, do some spiritual cleansing. Maybe you can do salt baths, or you can have some salt. You can do a little cleansing ritual when you go ocean, also something like this. Um, do some cleansing, do some sage, do some different flowers, something like this. And just imagine, even when the water is going over you, even if you don't have anything, imagine it coming over and washing over and cleansing you and being like light or like smoke, cleansing you. Dear universe, source, creator, spirit guides, angels, ancestors, archangels, ancient deities, ascended masters, ancestors, galactic federation of love, light, all of our animal, fae, elemental friends that are here with the highest vibrational frequency of only love and light, and true and concise and precise messages of love and direction and clarity for all that are here. We thank thee for your presence, for your protection, for your blessings, for your guidance. So mote it be. And make sure you clean your space. Like, you know, they say spring cleaning. Like, it's a great time to say, okay, actually, who belongs in my life? What belongs in my life? Do I like this here? Do I not like this there? Right? Like, I'm like going through some of my stuff. I'm like, what do I have? Okay, cool. And then I'm like, well, I'm a little, this is like, maybe it's like, I'm a little big for it. And then I was like, well, I can kind of layer it, but find things, whether it's spiritual, physical, mental, personal, emotional, whatever it is, find things that you can kind of clear out. Okay. I was kind of letting a lot of that go. Um, and that's why I feel really great now, but letting a lot of that go with the new moon, right? With the Mercury retrograde, just re-checking myself, re-seeing everything, what was going on. Archangel Michael wants to be in front of faith. You need to have faith in him. then faith is going to fall. Faith in humanity. Come on, Archangel Michael. Maybe he doesn't have that much faith in humanity right now. That's what I see, right? Like this is the inner thought of that. It's like they can't stand together. It's like for some reason, like maybe humanity doesn't have enough faith in the angelic realms and higher realms, right? We're just here in third density. We're in a very heavy, very dense realm, and we're having a hard time remembering who we are, right? We forget everything when we come down here, and that's by choice, but it's about remembrance, and that's why I'm saying welcome to the new era, KNEW, because it's something we already knew. We're just remembering, you guys. This is just Earth School. We're just remembering. Oh, we're just living this life, being humans, seeing how this whole thing goes. Some of us have been here longer than others, and some of us are newer here. So it wants me to bust out this hidden realms. We just have to understand everybody's on their own journey, and it's cool when we can share journeys, and that's awesome. And it's cool when we can uh hello you guys. It's cool when we can find like-minded um people or individuals to share or continue on the journey with us. That's awesome too. We're moving out of this energy, the Desert Prince 19. Survival, false promises. Okay, we're moving out of this energy. This is the energy I've been feeling that is kind of like the wounded masculine, right? We're going from this boy, from this old energy and this new energy, and we're kind of creating what this new masculine energy is like, because we only have like this new boyish, childlike, and this very old way, and neither of them is really working, right? The word Lord, communication, praise, dishonesty, right? Okay, and this is exactly what's happening in the world right now, right? We're seeing these two. That's so interesting. I don't use this deck very often, like almost never. But yeah, these two very prominent figures, and one is very old and it is dishonest in the way that he's writing the words, right? And the other one is very young and very defensive, right? So what is the middle ground? How do we find that? The lady of the gift, generosity, receiving, withholding. So it seems like the lady is the one that has the gift, huh, guys? Um, the lady with the gift, the sun dancers, joyful activity, celebration of life and abundance. Okay, so yeah, so the partnership, the duality too, this blessing starts coming in, moving forward as this gift from this lady, right? Generosity, receiving, being in this more feminine, more matriarchal, more receptive energy. And I don't mean that just means like everybody's like, no, no. Joyful activity, celebration of life and abundance. Okay, and this is the energy of 532. Okay. And we have here the High Lady of love and compassion, reverence, kindness, and consideration. Yeah. So what this tells me, guys, like what I keep saying, is we're moving into this very matriarchal state, right? We have to change the way. When we don't like the way something is going, if you want a different result or outcome, then you have to try something different, completely different. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result or outcome. That is the literal definition of insanity. So we have to, not we get to, not we choose to, we absolutely have to, right? There's no other way. This the old way, the old man that we saw, it's dishonest. It's whatever. And this young way is like they have no understanding of the world, right? They can't really. They're just like, let AI run everything. Like, no, it's not going to work out. That's a very naive state. right? That's a state of naivety that we need to think more longevity, more sustainability, things that are going to last longer. Yeah. The Swan Queen, transformation, intuition, patience. Yeah. And then the Well Watcher, wisdom, power of the divine. And this is 13, again, feminine number 7. Look, right? She's watching the well. The well is the information, right? The well is the knowledge. The well is the flow. It is the currency. It is the source of life, the source of information, right? The well. So the Horse King, assistance and control. 42. Okay, so 6. Great. So we're going to be in the energy of giving and receiving. Okay, so and we're going to have this male energy that actually comes through, this king energy, assistance and control. Now, he will offer assistance. He will help to get in things in control, but with the energy being of 6, it's going to be giving and receiving, not a domination sort of control. The Queen of Light, illumination, enlightenment, celebration, 15. And this is also the energy of 6. So there's a lot of feminine energy here. All of this is feminine besides the Horse King. And we're in we're in the year of the Fire Horse. And we have the Phoenix, resurrection, surrender to change, 29. So again, the number of 11. Okay. So um, this is about really the balance coming back in. And since we've been so out of balance with the masculine and feminine energy for so long, what we're going to start noticing, yeah, look, the Eagle King, okay, the big picture, angelic help, 12. So, um, amazing. So we're going to actually see these more embodied masculine understands how to um, not tell feminine she's being too emotional, how to understands that emotions are energy in motion, how they understand how to work through their emotions, they understand how to ask for help from the other realms, from the ancestors, that there is knowledge bigger and above where we are, and that we are now accepting different what do you call it, different forms and places and phases of where we can start to receive the information, where's better spaces and places to receive the information. And this goes back to being over here, right? This goes back with receiving this these galactic downloads in another sense, where it's like we understand actually everything that we've been programmed. We're going through this interesting phase right now where everything we've been taught is basically a lie. And we're like, what? So wait, what is right? And to many of the people that are not doing the work, that are not the initiated, um, that are just not doing the work, right? They're not experiencing, right? They have no idea what's going on. It's like this is a total shit show. Now, for people that have been doing the work, I love you. I'm proud of you. Keep going. You got this. But we're, like, bro, can you guys like, bro, we've been manning the ship here for quite some time. Can somebody wake these assholes up because we got like we're getting close to shore. Like we need some people to go ashore and make sure it's safe for us over there. Like we need to make sure. Like I feel like we might be under attack from over there. We might need to change course. Like we need help. We need to change the direction of the ship. We need to change the sails. Like we can't be driving the ship and raising and lowering. Like this ship is too big. Like I'll turn this ship around. Like no, not by myself. It's gonna take all of us, and that's kind of the gist. Is, I mean, yeah, there's the ringmaster of scrutiny, number 9, discernment, clear vision, and details. really being able to see, clearly. Now there's 144,000, of course, that are chosen, and but it's really about us not just trusting, oh well, the government or who else, politics, like this is all of it is too much, right? We're allowing too much to just be up to somebody else. And just say that and just agree with that's the way that it is, when it's not an agreeable way. Actually, we're realizing like we've all just turned the cheek the other way and been like, oh well, it doesn't affect me personally here where I live. It doesn't affect me because I'm not a man, or I'm not a woman, or I'm not minor, whatever the fuck you are or aren't. Like, you're human, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I got a lot of aliens and Rebellions and all yous out there, all you galactic people or species or beings or entities, whatever, right? Like, I get that, but right now we're having this human experience and we have to raise from the third density. And in that process, we're human. We're in this very dense, in this third density space. And it is more heavy, and it is more weighted, and it is a lot more energy and more patience and more intent and more like focused intention, right? So we have to actually be like, what is in this process, what is actually in our best and highest good? And that's what they keep telling me is, it's like people need to learn to call upon their angels. People need to learn to um, keep put themselves in spaces of protection, put little protection spells. Um, I saw this video, this dude, and I heard that I was like kind of super weird, but then actually I was like, actually this works, right? He was saying to close your energetic circuit, right? We're all batteries, and to close your energetic circuit to kind of protect yourself. The cosmos, creativity, vastness. This is what we are, you guys. You put your palms of your hands and the palms of your feet together and kind of like rub them and keep the circuit, right? Because now you're a closed circuit. Can be like this with your feet crossed and your feet in the middle. Can be like that. Can be laying down. Whatever. I would assume the straighter you are, the better that it is, but close the circuit of energy, right? Just let it go. Now, sometimes we find ourselves getting around certain people, places, and situations. Now, this is what I found is when I'm with certain people, they're super draining to the energetic circuit, and I end up being like wanting to sleep or wanting to not feel good. Thank you for the love, guys. And the reason why is because it's an energetic drain. Some people, the circuit is jumping back and forth. You're like a circuit breaker where you can just ding, 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 ding. And some people are just really draining. Now, what I notice is a lot, and I'm not going to center this out on just men, but let's let's be honest. Let's be honest. Um, Now, men or people, let's say, okay, people in general, when you have multiple partners, when you have multiple people that you're dating, multiple people that you're entertaining, what you're doing is it's basically because they're not maintaining their energetic circuit. So now they're outsourcing. Now they're sucking energy. Now they're having to suck energy. They're having to get an extra charge because they're discharging too much energy all around, or personally just wanking it, right? And they're on constant discharge. I talk about this all the time, guys, about maintaining your chi. Now, I got crazy, like crazy abilities. Like, I mean, I've been able to see and speak to dead people since I was very young, but I got crazy abilities like when I started like the celibacy um after breaking up with my last uh person. So it's been like, I want to say over 6 months or 8 months or something like a long time, right? And like my ability to connect, to meditate, to sit down and like channel a song, start writing lyrics, like sit down, like I mean, I drew those five cards, 4 or 5 cards, like they're nice drawings. They're not like kindergarten drawings. They're like actual drawings, right? And in like maybe like 3 to 5 hours, right? And that's like the lady of the gift, generosity, receiving, withholding. So we've been withholding our ability to receive these gifts because we are um, just because we have been programmed in the society, and this is the younger, more egoic energy that we saw when we were first pulling these cards, the child versus the old man, or the teenage boy versus the old man. Both are being receptive, both are causing a problem, and we're working on finding the middle stable thing. We haven't really seen much of the healthy masculine energy because the way that we have been trained or systematically programmed as a society. So there's been so much misogyny going on. And, and what's happening is they're systematically programming men to be more egoic, more softer, more this, more that. And instead of being this calm, stable, sturdy, it's like, it's just known, it's like when people's like, oh, you got daddy issues. It's like, yes, there's a systematic, there is a condition that people that have, we've created a name and a thing for based on men not being strong masculine family figures, fathers, men. So this is what we are collectively shifting. And when I say we are collectively shifting, it's what we are also allowing. Only that which we allow is that which will continue. We can sit back and be like, well, I don't want to deal with politics. I don't want to deal like, bro, there's genocides, bro, there's pedophiles, bro, there's so much shit. Like you don't want to deal with it? Like it doesn't concern you? Like, like you're agreeing to them, like you're agreeing to them kicking people out for being refugees, but fool, like we're this close away from everybody being fucking refugees. We're like people, the men don't want to take accountability. This isn't man bashing, okay? This is just healthy, some healthy feminism here. Because they don't want to take accountability for being fucking pedophiles, and like then they just start a war to distract. And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what's showing up, right? Is the gift from the cosmos is saying, okay, guys, we need to go back to a matriarchal system. We need to figure out how we can actually get everybody on board and learn to get along and learn to nurture and learn that when we're not getting our way or we got called out and we have to be accountable because we did something bad, that it's not boys will be boys. It's that, no, you're a fucking pedophile and you're going to get your dick chopped off or die. Like, I'm sorry, but like, no, that's not okay. And at any point that anybody decides that the level of fucking misogyny to continue is still okay, is you're a fucking piece of shit. Also, sorry, not sorry. But I was reading something. The whole United Nations created this whole thing about women, about women's protection and equality and all of this stuff, right? And 60 or 70 something nations voted, okay? Six, six declined, and every other one except for one voted in favor of women's equality, women's protection, women's women's rights. And you know the country that didn't was America. So the most free country where people think, oh, it's free because women can have houses and cars and jobs and do whatever they want. And like, if you're watching and you're from America or other places like Europe and stuff like this, where women do have the rights and the availability, like yes, I live in Bali, but Bali is in Indonesia. Bali is one island province in an entire Indonesian islands that is Muslim predominant, which means a lot of places women are not allowed to do things still without husbands or fathers' approvals or brothers taking them or doing things. Like, this isn't a new thing, you guys. This is still something that's actually existing, like in the days of old biblical shit. Okay, so we're gonna break some biblical shit right now, and there is the return of the Sophia or the Lilith, and this is what all the religions are shitting their pants over, because they're like, oh shit, this is when matriarchy returns and says, actually, you've systematically destroyed us by creating your patriarchy, by creating your fucking religions on the wrong principle, right? So imagine everybody's waiting for the second coming of Christ. This is Christ consciousness. It's a level of consciousness. He came to teach a type of consciousness. It was a gift that he received from studying, from the cosmos, from tapping in, from getting the gifts, right? From studying in Egypt, from tapping in, from doing the ritual, the whole resurrection and all of this stuff was something that they did. This is ancient Egyptian. You guys, this is not. But when he brought it to a different place, it seemed biblical for him to go into this state, into this death state, and then re-emerge 3 days later. But it was part of this ritual, okay? And not like a satanic ritual. Obviously, he was out there doing good things, right? He was out there preaching good stuff, teaching people to love one another, to care for one another, to treat people like you. And what they did is they created all these religions and they wrote women out. One of his biggest teachers was Sophia. Sophia. And Sophia, this is what religion, organized religion itself, fears. It's like part of this prophecy that the rise of Sophia. And Sophia, what it means is wisdom, ancient wisdom, earthly, divine wisdom, named after a woman. What do you think about that? If the earth was a woman, if the sea is a woman, if the moon is a woman, I know God is a woman. So the reality of the situation, guys, is we have to choose. We're choosing. We're either choosing to allow the all the shit to continue, or we're choosing to bring forth the wisdom that was already working long before the systematic. And this is how far back it goes when Constantine rewrote the Bible and all this shit to put fear and Satan and all this stuff as fear. Okay? They're all angels, just like I'm an earth angel, just like I'm the angel of death, right? Like, Satan wasn't bad. That was the brother. It wasn't bad. It was they chose to go to different realms to do stuff. Just like Zeus and Hades were brothers. Same, guys. Same. It was like he got the ability to rule down there. Now, when I saw some of my ancient lives, and I was like, oh, okay, this motherfucker is like, this is like Osiris, right? He went to rule the underworld. It's like, oh, he's choosing to stay here for all this time until all of the ascension has happened. He chose to stay down here. And in many stories, they try to get, who is it, Persephone or whatever, it doesn't matter. Many stories, it's all the same. And they try to get her down by eating by eating pomegranate, which is so funny because this was like my favorite tree for growing up as a child. Like, I would always get in trouble because they just explode and they look like blood everywhere, and I would ruin like so many clothing and all this stuff. I was obsessed. This is like one of my favorite fruits. And interesting, right? Because the high priestess, this is like life. This is also knowledge. It's like the brain. The pomegranate is similar to the brain, but it's also like this small membrane that's around, and it's like so interesting, right? And so, anyways, they tempt her. They tempt her to keep her, and then they finally end up making some type of, and everything starts dying when they take her to the underworld. Everything that was above starts dying. All the crops and all this stuff start dying. And now this is also in Egyptian, in many different lores, right? And anyways, because she is the fruition, like Gaia, this thing that's living and breathing, um, putting life into things, right? Which is basically like the Shakti to the Shiva. Um, because she goes away, things start to die, and so they make an agreement where they say, okay, part of the year she can be down there, okay, and the other part she comes up here, and so this is when spring actually came into play, right? Because it's when the cold of the winter, from when nothing was growing and nothing could be grown and harvested, from when she was gone in the winter to when she returned in the spring, and all of the flowers and all of the green and all of the color and all of the birds and all of the bees and everything started singing and dancing and la 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 la. Some cool stories, but this is kind of like the beginning of spring. And so it's like it's saying thank you, right? It's the same as like the Balinese out here, right? They offer the bolang, which is like the black and the white checkered. And the point is like they're offering to the good and the evil spirits. Not like we're praising the evil spirits, but like we understand that there's a balance to maintain in both. And so that's basically what it is it's like, hey, okay, thank you for making this agreement to where you don't just keep this thing to yourself all the time, but we get to it gets to come out and play and lighten our day and make things bloom and create all of these things. So imagine yourselves in the same type of thing, right? Imagine, okay, now it's spring, right? We're at the top of the astrological new year. We're in Aries. Wow, okay, Aries is wow, right? They're ruled by the ram, so they're always like full moving forward, and they're a fire sign, so it's about action, right? Reaction. Make sure you're not reacting. Make sure you're learning to respawn and not have reactions, because now is a really good time. Aries can be super reactionary, super. They are ego based. They are the baby of the zodiac. So, what does your ego need? What is the ego death that needs to happen or that needed to happen? And what does your ego? What is the base levels that it needs? Right? What makes you feel like you? What makes you tick? And hopefully that begins to start to come out. Right? I was like, ooh, colors, and I was like, oh, do I really want to do it? And I was like, yeah, I want to do it. Right? Like, look at this is so good. Right? Like this is from nature. Like I should have brought some of the pink flowers and yellow flowers because they're all so close. But like, yes, why? Because this is my own little palette. I'm my own little palette. I get to like dress myself up and have a form of expression, a form of creativity, right? This is source in play. This is spring. This is saying, you know what? Something new, something fresh, something colorful, something bright, something different. Be open, right? So as a society, we've been systematically denied. My friend sent me this thing today or yesterday, and it was talking about how there were these two people, and they wrote these two books, and one was about how men could basically understand the programming of women and be able to manipulate women to get them to do what they want. And then the other was the book from female side that was teaching women how to leave men and to be independent. And the thing is like this is the thing that both kind of became like the Bible, right? And I even believe that the females version sold a lot more. I think it was actually she was telling me Eat, Pray, Love, right? Which is so funny because people tell me I need to actually like read the story. But they tell me that my journey was kind of like this, right? And I was like, I'm just on my own journey, right? And these became like this biblical sense, and they programmed a lot of the generation. And the reality is in the end, I think they came back together. They came back together, and then like one had some type of a chronic illness or something like this. And um yeah, the same thing happened. Basically, he sucked her energy until she had none, and he passed. And then maybe I think she wrote another book or something like this. And the reality is it's about connecting with yourself, and it's about understanding that we're constantly evolving and that our needs are constantly changing. And if we don't have the capacity to express them or to be seen or to be heard, then yeah, sometimes we do need to remove ourselves from certain people or situations. Sometimes it is better for us to be, you know, doing our own thing or whatever that is. And sometimes it's better for us to be doing things with other people. Sometimes we have to break past that societal norm that's been placed on us, right? Just like religion. This is how far back the masculine wound goes, right? Is like in the Garden of Eden before Eve was Lilith or Sophia, right? The same difference, right? And when she was like, no, we were created equal. And he was like, no, no, I need you to be subservient after she'd already given him many children. And he was like, no, it's going to be like this. And she's like, well, I'm going to go down there and I'm going to rescue. I'm going to go down to that third density. I'm going to go down to the depths of hell. I don't care. I'll cast you out if you leave me. And she was like, then fucking cast me out, bro. And then it was like, well, if you do that, then this many children of yours will die if you go down there every day or every month or something like this. And she's like, that is the only way, right? And she's like, okay, well then every month or every 8 days or every whatever it was, right? Then I'll have this many boys that I can rebirth and this many girls. And like people thought that it was like dark and sadistic, but actually she was just like, okay, well, we'll figure like natural selection essentially, right? And that's what's going to start happening. Nature is going to start cleansing itself in a natural selection type of way. And people that have been systematically doing things that are evil, I've even picked this up, like certain practitioners, people that were doing spell work and other things like this, that have been doing that, like nature, they're going to die of natural causes or by a natural something like this. And that will be nature's karmatic way of coming back in. But the reality is the way that she looked at it was, okay, well, that's how we're going to slowly rebirth the new proper and retrain and relearn the new proper way, right? Like, how many of you guys can admit that like we're ready for new systems, for new standards, but we're still kind of we've been like bullshitting ourselves, waiting for the old to die off so we can implement something new instead of saying like, actually, no, we're fucking, you're done. You're done. You're old. You poop your pants. You need some help. And you're not pooping your pants because you're old. You're pooping your pants because you were doing weird fucking shit. And some kid kicked the thing that you had him stick in your asshole. And so you shit. You've had a problem. And you're ruling our country still? That's too much. That's too fucking much. I'm sorry, you guys, but not sorry. Like, I mean, I live in Indonesia, thank goodness. Like, I've been here for a while, but America, the fuck? Bro, really? Y'all are still choosing to support a pedophile and to go into World War III. The whole rest of the world does not agree. The whole rest of the world is like, wait a fucking second, what are you doing? Bro, wait, what? Like, no, 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 no. We cool, we cool, we cool. And he's like, nah, nah, this is a tactic. This is strategy. No, the strategy is I'm going to distract you because I don't want to be called out and I don't want to be accountable. Like everybody needs to be accountable for the bullshit. And if we're not holding people accountable, we're waiting for the old to die off, bro. Like it's gonna die. It's gonna die us all off. It's gonna kill us all off if we keep letting it consist. Okay? Persistence breaks down resistance. So as you keep letting it persist and persist and persist, it's breaking down our resistance. And we're just becoming okay with it. And we're becoming okay. The men are becoming, the women are becoming okay. I don't need a man. No, like, no, we need everyone to be doing their part. Actually, we don't not need, like, if we didn't need these people, then they're going to start to be taken away. But, like, I'm pretty sure that we need each other. And this is the thing. It's not me, you, it's not blue, red, it's not right, left. It's human, humankind. It's humankind, bro. Like, are you gonna sit there and watch somebody like rape and kill or molest a child or a woman? Or like, do we have to put it in terms of that's your mother, your sister, your daughter? Like, do we have to put it in terms of they're white or they're your same religion or whatever else? Like, that's ridiculous, you guys. What fucking planet are you from? Because we're not from the same planet and we're the only species not coexisting with this fucking planet. Like, matriarchy, matriarchy, like revolution. You have to forgive me. I'm in the studio space and I don't have. Uh, even I get angry at myself because I have to buy this plastic, the bottle, the water in this plastic. Like I literally do everything I can to avoid plastic. So let's pull. Let's get some cards. Let's go with a good tarot. Let's go with a good tarot. Let's move on to some good. Tell me something good. Dum, 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 dum. Tell me that you love me, yeah. Are these all separated out? Okay. Tell me something good. Tell me that you like it, yeah. Dun, 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 dun. I have all of these different cards, but they're all separated. Okay, I'm just gonna shuffle them a lot. Okay, we're just gonna shuffle them a lot. They're all separated because I've been sitting with them to draw new decks. So I'm just like looking at all the different styles and all the different symbolism and stuff that's in all the different decks and what they mean and all the different ones, like, yeah, I could just ask AI to do it, but I want to go towards a more organic future, and this means nurture, nature, heaven, and earth. This means being more connected. Yeah, look at taking that leap of faith. Cool. It means being more connected. For some of you guys, it means you can be having some type of angelic guidance about where you're supposed to be going. Some of you guys can be going somewhere on a journey. 3 of Wands, 3 of Fire. You could be going somewhere. Okay, I'll keep this out. This is waiting for your ships to come in, but your ships are like there. So maybe you're waiting for the direction, for the mapping, for the charting or the direction. Something like that. With the Fool before the 3 of Fire, what this tells me is that the thing that you have been waiting for, or the work that you put in, right? The work that you put in is not going unnoticed, right? If you're doing the work and you're asking the 6 of Air, so some of you guys, are definitely going somewhere. Some of you guys could be moving to calmer waters. Collectively, I hope this is what we've been waiting for. Yeah, this new start again with the Fool. And we have Patience coming out after that, and the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, this is something that we've been collectively waiting for as well.
for some of you guys, somebody has been actually waiting for the right time to take you somewhere, to ask you to go somewhere. Okay. Or for some of you guys, you could have been waiting for something to happen. You could have been waiting for some type of money or something to come in. There could be some type of insurance, inheritance, something like this. Maybe a lot of work has paid off. The um, Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Earth. There's been a lot of work that has paid off, and it's like your wildest dreams are about to come true. All the work that you put in is not going. Um, the Hierophant is not going unnoticed. You are going to be highly rewarded, okay? And your position or how people know you might even be changing. Five. Um, Man, I really like this deck. I don't know why I didn't have this deck out while I was drawing. I had to bring it back out while I was drawing. I love this. Look at this Hierophant. Yeah, she's badass. Yeah. Um, yeah, it's like you could be flying somewhere. You're definitely leveling up. I'm definitely seeing there's rings here. So okay, and the King of Airs. This is a decision, okay? This is a decision. This can be a new job, a new partnership. I'm seeing these two rings. So this could be a marriage or a contract, somebody that's been working really hard, okay? Um, for a long time, okay? Transformation, okay? For many of you guys, you could have been healing or transforming death and rebirth. There also could have been somebody's death or something like this, um, that you could be receiving some type of inheritance or something from as well. Yeah, Six of Fire, victory. Yeah, and a lot of these ships, okay? Yeah, for some of you guys, you may be receiving some type of message. Okay, for some of you guys, you may have not had stability for a very long time. Five of Waters in reverse. You may have felt like, oh, the odd one out. Like there's always bad things happening. Like you never feeling quite stable. Maybe emotionally overwhelmed or distraught. Okay, and we have the King of Earth. We have this stability really coming in, really, really coming in. Okay, yeah. Empress energy, Emperor energy. Okay, yeah. This is somebody that wants to make an actual commitment. Ace of Cups and Two of Cups. Okay, they have been thinking about it for a long time. They don't want to think anymore. They want to come in and offer you this cup of love and say, let's be together, Empress, Emperor. Okay, I want to create this stability. Okay, they may want to take you somewhere. Let's Let's keep shuffling. Okay, they may want to take you somewhere, collective. Where you gonna go? Oh, maybe that's what it is they don't know you didn't make the decision yet. Okay. Um, for some of them, I'm hearing they want you to make the decision. Okay. They want you to choose. They want to be there, right? For some of them, they are crying over all the time that they may have missed being with you, that you've been by yourself, that they've had to watch you go through. For some of them, they could have been watching you collective go through a lot of stuff for a while, um, and they can't believe how strong you are. Maybe since Leo season, maybe they come in at Leo season. Um, they were trying to come in Aquarius season. It could be a Leo. They've been watching the amount of strength that you have. Again, we have the Empress and the Emperor. Okay. And okay, for many of you guys, this is coming out. I keep shuffling. It keeps coming out. They like, I'll take you there. um, they want to be your strength. They want to take you to calmer shores. Okay, they want to take you somewhere else. They could be asking you to move to a different house, town to move in with them, different country, 9 of earth, okay? Maybe to be closer next to them. Even if you're not living with them, they want to have you next to them, even if you still want to be by yourself or you need more space by yourself. The 9 of Pentacles. But they know, okay, what I'm picking up is they know that you're good by yourself. Okay. They know that you're good by yourself and they don't want to make you feel captive or held or captured. But they want to offer you, they want to hold you. They want to support you. They say, like what I'm hearing is like, the 8 of earth. Okay. So what I'm hearing is like, I know you, it's like, I can take care of myself. I don't need you. I don't need anything. This is like this strong feminine energy. You know, it's like, I don't need a man. I don't need anything. I don't need anything. I don't need anything. And the masculine energy is like, I know you don't, but let me take care of it for you anyways. So you can devote your energy to something else. So you can work and study and put that energy and something else, something more beautiful. So you can create something more beautiful. Yeah. So you can have this passion. Now, for some of you guys, there was a problematic third party that was in the way. This reverse Queen of Fire. Okay. Now, this could have been, the third party could have been, no, I mean, for so many of you, it's definitely another woman. But this could have been like some type of addiction, right? This could have also been work. This could have been many of you guys have picked up a porn or sex addiction. Um, And just because they have that doesn't mean that they're going around maybe fucking everybody or prostitutes. Maybe they are. I don't really know. But they've changed. Okay. They've changed. They used to play games and now they're more in control of this. Okay. And they want to, there is no other option. There is no other choice. Okay. They see you as the full wish fulfillment. It's like nothing compares to you. Some shit like this. The 10 of water, yeah. You're their happy ending. They see you as this you make them the happy Buddha. They see you as this be all, this end all, this contentment. When they think of love, they think of family, they think of longevity, yeah, 2 of cups, 2 of fire, like whatever you want to do, wherever you want to go, like they're offering you this cup of love. They're there. As high as you want to go, like they'll lift you up. They'll lift you up. If anybody has done you any wrong, they're against them too. Like your call, they trust your intuition, they trust your judgment, they trust your call, they trust your they trust you. This leap of faith, this fool, not in a foolish manner, in a very, you're like the angel for them, right? Transformation for many of you guys, you could have helped this masculine energy, feminine. This is what feminine does. This is what masculine feminine actually does, right? Is you actually help this masculine energy state of transformation and this ego death and this rebirth and this really healing himself and stepping up into this higher realm. Maybe before I'm picking up the masculine, yeah, the ace of or that they thought that they had, like they thought that they were so much, they had a lot to give, right? This masculine stag energy, like, oh well, I have a lot to give, like I'm physical, I'm grounded in the earth, I'm grounded. But actually they had a huge ego death with that. They've had several maybe awakenings or leaps of faith, several judgment calls that have come in and where feminine has been right time and time again, and it has created a lot of towers, but not in a bad way. It's just like it's transformed their old worldview, their old version of self, and they keep transcending and transcending and transcending and transforming um, and like being reborn, 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 right? And this tower is not crumbling anymore, but they're using it um, kind of to see a higher perspective is what I'm picking up on. And they're using it, yeah, they're using it instead of fighting or defending, they're using it to build something together, right? Super beautiful. So tell us about the Chariot. Temptation, Queen of Fire. Okay, so these were all in reverse. So part of the holdup again was this third party. Okay. They may want to this other person may be coming in to try to cause problems, telling you about what happened, feminine. Okay, something like this. Or they need to come in first. Okay. Um, so we have fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag, strong female fire signs that were causing problems or blocking. What they were doing is blocking the forward momentum of this connection, blocking the messages, blocking the love. They were blocking it on a spiritual level. They're blocking it on an energetic level, and they were keeping temptation and also making each person feel that the other person was tempted, but they were keeping tempted, or they were keeping yeah, there's something like this. Can you clarify, please? Cool. She was keeping, it's like a, it doesn't have to be a she, there's just strong, um, yeah, the world is transforming. As the world is awakening, it's changing. So there is like a spell. It's almost like a disillusionment or something like this, right? Keeping you in a foolish state, like in a um worried about too many other things, or questioning your divine counterpart, right? I talked about this before. If you have a divine counterpart, you're going to be feeling things similar and experiencing things similar because you're having mirroring aspects, but you're not going to be um, like if you're constantly hitting up other people and thinking about fucking other people and entertaining that, instead of having patience, instead of being in this space of celibacy and really tapping into your chi, right, into this high priestess energy forming to bring on, right, yeah, transformation chariot toward this higher connection, right, whether it's between the twin flames or just the world, right? It's the meeting of the masculine and the feminine in a beautiful, supportive way, regardless, right? It's this ultimate fairy tale, this unicorn. It's this protection of all of it. And basically, if you are on that path, then your twin is also on that path. Like the likeliness at this point in the game is that you guys are experiencing the same thing. So if you're feeling extra energy, they may be tired, or vice versa, or you may be feeling the same thing. If you're feeling extra horny, like they're probably feeling horny, they could be thinking about you. If you start thinking about other people, then like that, then the collective is going to start being like, why are these other people popping in my head? And it's probably not the people that the other person is thinking about. It would be like, let's say you're thinking about uh, a lover or somebody that you had, and you're like, oh, I could just call them up, right? Then what starts to happen in collective's head is collective starts to think of, oh, well, you know what? I should just like call up that one person, and it would be cool to just like get some attention or some love or whatever, you know. And so this is um, you're vibrationally attracting that which you put out. So if you're trying to put out or get back or whatever the fuck, right? Then that's what's going to happen, right? And I was talking to you guys about this a couple times ago before, because someone was telling me, oh yeah, well I can manifest by, you know, masturbating, by watching something. And it's like, no, you can't watch somebody you wish to manifest and hope to manifest them. You don't manifest. It's sacred energy exchange. Just like I was talking about, we're batteries, right? And we close the circuit. When we connect with another person, we're closing the circuit, right? The hole in the bottom and the hole in the top, we're connecting circuitry. Okay. You've seen the pictures where they're like tantra and stuff like this, right? So we're connecting circuitry. So when you are entertaining multiple people simultaneously, it starts to get muddy because the people that haven't done their work, that haven't done their trauma work, that haven't done their shadow work, that haven't done this, you now start taking on their karma, their trauma, their shadows, because you're just attempting to transmute as the higher level of battery, the higher level of circuitry, right? But the reality is you can't bring them up. They have to go up. So instead, they bring you down. And so, yeah, temptation, the devil, okay? This could have caused a lot of fights, okay? Now, there is something, or there has been some type of secrets that were hidden around this that are coming out, and a lot's going to come out. Now, something might come out that may end somebody's reputation, okay? This is going to cause a fight. Okay. This is devil energy, can be Capricorn, can be fire sign, doesn't have to be. But this is a secret that somebody doesn't want out. They're trying to defend themselves, and they're gonna keep trying to defend themselves. But the reality, you guys, is that we have this temptation. They are fighting to block, to say, oh, blah 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 blah, I was following my pleasure, but really no. This is a secret or a lie that they've had going for quite some time, and it's not going to last anymore. We have the Tower and the World, the Five of Swords, which means it didn't end well in their favor. Someone else won, and they were standing there laughing. And yeah, the whole world, they're all going to laugh at you. The whole world is going to be laughing. This is going to be a very big Tower moment that is going to end this person's reputation. Now, for any of the people, yeah, Wheel of Fortune. And it's going to cost them a lot of money too. A lot of money too. 10 of Pentacles. Okay. Now, what I'm picking up on is there's people that try to do this to the collective. Okay. Smear campaigns and doing this. Now, there is a lot of things that I picked up on, you guys. If you are making Geek Babe, if you're taking pictures, if you're impersonating somebody, if you're making AI, if you took some type of video that was not approved by the person, if you're putting somebody's face on someone else's body and making it as if they're doing porn or OnlyFans or all of this, this is not only considered sex trafficking, it's considered human trafficking, because you are taking somebody's physical being, whether it's their face or their body, whether it's AI or not, and you're sex trafficking them. So this is huge. This is a felony. This is like 15 fucking years in prison and a lot of money, regardless where you are in the world, guys. So, yeah, for many of you guys that did that, that's coming back. For whatever you wished upon the collective, you wanted them to be homeless, you wanted them to be lonely, you wanted them not to have their connection. Many people don't want the twin flame collective to come into union, because what happens when they come into union is the world goes into peace. It's ultimately macro and the micro like coming into balance. It's the ultimate. It's what we've been waiting, the ships that we've been waiting to come in. It's how we heal the world, you know, the Michael Jackson song. Heal the world, make it a better place for me and for you and the entire human race. There are people dying. Do you care enough for the living? Make it a better place. Queen of Air. Make a decision for you and for me. So, and for the people who did make the decision to go against, to block somebody's happiness, to block somebody's outcome because they were in a state of jealousy, they are going to lose all their money. They wanted to take money For many of you guys, there was cons, there was frauds, there's people doing insurance. I'm picking up on perjury, identity theft. I have a whole list. I was doing legality shit. Um, fuck, I got a list like a Circle K supermarket receipt of things like this: fraud, identity theft, deprivation of character, fucking gang stalking, attempted murder, sex trafficking, human trafficking, recording without consent, poisoning, which is attempted murder, homicide. Like there's a lot. There's a lot. And all those people that did things, I even pick it up on somebody having problems with their heart. Six of Earth. Yeah. They're going to get back what they tried to give to collective. Okay. Collective, they put the high priest. Okay. The high priestess. Yeah. The work that they put in, they tried to, some practitioner, some magician, some warlock or something like this that was claiming to be badass. Some badass. You can't fuck with the chosen ones. So somebody did this. What goes around comes around. Karma is here to pick up debt. And it's like, what is that movie? Final Destination, right? Where they keep just trying to like evade, like they keep seeing how they're gonna die beforehand, but they're gonna die by birth. Okay. They're not even gonna be left abandoned. They did that to themselves. They did that to themselves because they tried to take somebody else's wish, somebody else's dream. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they ain't making it to the shore. They ain't making it to the ferryman. This is a type of poetic justice. This is a type of divine judgment. Okay, so it's going to happen on the physical realm and on the spiritual realm. This is a really high thing for many of them. The practitioner could be sick. Somebody could have gotten an accident, car accident, bike accident. Somebody could already be in jail. So several people could already be dead. Yeah. Yeah, this is a pretty heavy judgment call. And the only thing that's going forward is they're going straight, they're going straight to hell, boy. Don't go straight to hell, boy. It's like they were told time and time again not to bother, and they kept going. They kept going. Yeah. Happy Buddha in reverse, Queen of Water and upright and 7. Okay. So they didn't realize, for many of them, they didn't actually realize, like they thought that they could take someone's happiness, someone's dream. They may have been doing it for a while because collective maybe wasn't completely protecting themselves because they were just seeing how far they would push it, right? But they knew, they saw this, they knew that this was a thing. They knew they could foresee it, but they were just letting it go. It's like imagine they sent Christ to help people and they fucking crucified him, right? Imagine Christ consciousness, right? Not a man is returning, Christ consciousness is returning. And the initial teacher, the initial name and teacher of the wisdom was Sophia, was this woman, right? She got put out of the Garden of Eden before Eve then got made from part of him. And in the Hebrew translation, it's side, equal, not rib, not rib. One side of the coin, the other side of the fucking coin, you guys, equals. Yeah. So the reason why we're going to go back into this super intense matriarchal way is because, first of all, we want to be happy. We don't want war. We don't want rape. We don't want pedophiles. We don't want any of that. We want protection. We want happy endings. Yeah, look at that. First of all, this. But second of all, because patriarchy has been systematically denying since they rewrote the Bible this story about the wounded masculine, about Lilith or Sophia becoming this wicked, evil temptress because she wanted to be on top. And he was too vanilla for it. Something like this. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of how it boiled down, though. Like, that's kind of how they show me. That's how they break it down to me. It's basically like it came down to something like that. And And yeah, no, it was a wounded masculine thing, and so they put this whole Eve and Adam's apple, like the apple is stuck in the man's throat because he fucking choked on his bad choice. Eve was never told that she couldn't eat it. Life. They named the tree Zoe, life, the tree of knowledge of good and evil, of everything. Uh, they named it Zoe, life. It was divinity itself. He wasn't supposed to eat of the fruit. So he partook probably in other fruit that he shouldn't have, right? Like he had Lilith and then he was with Sophia and then he was like, all right, well, we need to create another one because I pissed those two off. And instead, they just systematically deprogrammed feminine from the whole structure. And so that's why, because all these swords have been stabbed in the back, that's why we got to go. That's why female is having victory. Look at this, Hierophant, and coming back into matriarchy, guys. Look at that. Literally. That's why. Because there is no, there is like, because the scales have to be balanced because they've been so imbalanced for so long that it has to completely shift. You want a different result or outcome, you have to try something different. And that's what we're going to do because there is no other way to this happiness, to this happy ending. We're going to keep fighting and having another like fucking fake pandemic. We're going to have more people fucking programming our brains to manipulate us, to try fucking drugs on us, to make us go crazy, to make us be in control or be under their control. Like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? No, bro. We're just going to be like growing food and making food together, right? We're going to get strong, okay? We're going to see a lot shift by August or before August. At the end of July, I think it's the 20 something, maybe the 26th, something like this. Yeah, High Priestess 26. I think it's the 26th of July. And be this will be another big shift. We'll start going into Lionsgate, and this will be a very, very, very big shift. My lions, my Lyran people, three of earth, yeah. Okay, and the page of air. I think at that time we will be probably having more actual contact, more first contact, and having yeah, Emperor, Four of air, yeah. We will have healed a lot, yeah, and the sun. Okay, so the Emperor of the Sun. Okay, this is super Leo energy. So yeah, by that time, I think that we're gonna start. They're gonna start to come in to work with us. We're going to start to be more open in this. Oh, that's when Aquarius shifts. Okay, we shift from. I think Jupiter goes because right now it's in Cancer, and this is great because it's expanding our emotional state, right? And that's great because we need to kind of get in that various mom state, woman state to kind of be like, enough is enough, right? We have to kind of get there. Um, yeah, so it switches into Aquarius, and that's when we'll really start to have like these different um, global collective solutions, right? Like Aquarius is all about community, about innovation, solutions, but like how to work together. So I think at that point in time, we will start to have like even different types of technology, information, two of Earth. Yeah, things will really be changing. See how they're completely out. By that time, maybe they will either be coming into balance or they'll be so far out of balance that we'll be like, all right, you know what? We're gonna start listening to the aliens because the government is definitely not cool, and like the aliens are definitely not trying to fucking kill us because like that's what the government told us. So that's probably a lie too, right? Yeah, that's a lie. They're here to help. Yeah, the three of Earth. They're here to work with us. They are um, invested in the collective evolution. Yeah, like it helps secure other realms, other dimensions, other futures like this. It's like imagine they all got a bet, right? And they're all betting on the fucking Earth show, and like that's what's going on. Is like, no, bro, like they're gonna make it, and like, nah. They're not going to make the finals. They're not going to make the final cut. We're going to have to redo them all over again. We're going to have a whole nother wipeout, try all over again, because they've been trying this experiment for a while, but we're finally at this stage where we can actually do it. We're finally shifting DNA. We're finally shifting into crystalline beings, right? From carbon to crystalline life forms. We are making the shift. We can actually do it. The thing that this whole thing was created to do before all these lower level, lower density entities came in, when the Martians tried to fucking open a Merkaba that they didn't know what the fuck they were doing because they didn't get the information, and they tried to create a weapon to blow out the comet that was coming to destruct things. And what happened is they ended up just destroying more shit. That's why Mars is destroyed in the first place, because they wanted to fight temptation, ace of air. And that is the truth. So let's not destroy through war and through all this other stuff, because if you see part of the world, like when I see like the Grand Canyon and different things like this, I'm like, was this just the earth splitting, or was this like a laser beam? Because it kind of looks like a very powerful laser beam to me. Like some of the cuts in the earth is like maybe it broke there, but really like, okay. I mean, I understand volcanoes and shifting and all this stuff, and like I'm seeing all these volcanoes and stuff that are going, but I'm seeing more things are rising. More of the old continents are going to return, and some things that are bad are going to be eliminated. Okay. And this is how they're going to work. The earth is going to work to clean. Okay. The earth will clean itself. Like I said, natural causes, a tree or a lightning strike or a fucking flood drowns people, or evil or whatever it is. Like, I don't know, like that may be what it is too. Where people have the decision to make. Are they working with the earth? Are they understanding that Mother Nature, Mother Earth, Mother Moon, Mother Ocean, they understanding these old systems? That's why matriarchy is good, because we need to go back to lunar and seasonal systems. Just like now, this is the beginning of the year. Nothing starts on the 1st of January. That was a tax. That was a patriarchal tax. That's why they created that. It's not normal. Nothing in nature is starting in the middle of fucking winter. No, that breeds unhappiness. Like, no. Like, people are happier when it starts to get warmer. People are like, oh, there's color, there's air, there's sunshine, right? When the sun comes out. That's the decision, is we want to go back. This is how religion is like, Jesus is the sun. It's like, no, dude, like people were scared and hiding in caves and under places, and then they were going, what they mistaken was the message, right? The message was not translated correctly. We were worshiping the sun and the moon, not worshiping them as gods, as source that brought life. Yes, this is the source of life. This and the ocean moon, they're keeping the planet. This is what's going on. We used to worship the sun, not the son of God, not a man. That's false idol. Like the thing that's actually moving the whole planet and the environment, right? The thing that's moving in conjunct with. We are the only thing on this planet that is not operating in cohesion with it. And we're the only thing that decided, okay, you know what? We're just gonna pay and make taxes and wars and debt and all of this stuff when everything is already here free for us. And we just, if we figured out how to be in a matriarchal society, if we figured out how to be more partnership about it, we could just figure out how to get and exchange everything that we need all of the time, and figure out how we can do that without fucking working ourselves to death, and how people can be good at the different things that they're good at. And that's okay. Not everybody's good at everything. Not everybody is meant to be a farmer. Some people are meant to be teachers. Some people are meant to work, and be fishers, like whatever. It doesn't matter. Like everybody has different role to play. And are you actually stepping in to your actual role? Right? That's why it's like everybody's been given this gift, this ace of air, right? This gift, this truth, this inner wisdom, this inner knowledge, this inner burning. right? That you know, it's like, what have you been waiting for all this time? Okay. Are you waiting for for everything to actually collapse where you're like, all right, now I'm gonna leave that job, or now I'm gonna leave that place, or now I'm gonna leave that person because I just can't be here anymore? Or you actually, you waiting, or you choosing to do the action, right? Eight of fire. Yeah. It's like messages. Like, are you following the messages that you're given? Like, how does your respond when you deal with certain cases? Like, if I'm super people, like I stayed with this kid for like a fucking week, and then I had to sleep for like a week after leaving that. I was like, shit, or like, there's so much energy being drained. And then after that, like every day I had so much fucking energy, like so much energy. And I was like, no, you're not derailing me again, right? And after that, then it was like, trying to berate me, like fucking holding my shit hostage because I just want my things back, like, right? And realizing that this person is just so like fucking trying to be a covert narcissist, but just like a full blown narcissist, and like only doing nice things for receiving the accolades from other people, right? Not actually fucking helping, right? You can go out and spend a fucking $100 buying fucking kids' toys and dumb shit, but then like to say you want to help or support somebody and do whatever, like you can't give them $100 to like secure a safe space for a fucking month, like um that's fucking crazy, right? Like, so it's like, this is for show for everybody else. But when it really comes down to it, like, you're not actually trying to help. Like, actually, you're only cool with helping if someone's there cooking and cleaning and listening to your bullshit, like, trying to use somebody as a free fucking therapist, but not wanting to return anything in exchange, thinking that a mat on the floor is enough. No. And this is collectively the problem, right? Like, for instance, my friend was like, yeah, you can stay. There's this villa, blah, blah, blah. And he definitely needs somebody there to watch it. But I was like, there's so much energy. There's so much bad energy that needs to be clean and clear from here. And like, I have to be in a preparation in order to do that. He has to ask me to clean the space, do all of that. Maybe I'll just go back and do it for him. But in the meantime, I'm exhausted being there, right? So, how is your body? How is your being? How is your nervous system feeling around certain people in certain situations? Like when you go certain places, after you do certain things, like, and I don't mean like you work out and your body is sore and whatever. Okay, that's obvious. I'm saying like after you're done eating certain things, after you're done watching certain shows, like how do you feel? Do you feel like a cramping in your stomach? Do you feel like this tightness? Like I feel tightness sometimes, like when I'm dealing with certain people or certain things, like I feel tightness. I feel like extra tightness, like above my solar plexus, like above my belly button, where it's like this is the center of like creation, right? Your creation, your life force, creation force, and that's the life force. And it's like, yeah, okay, I'd rather go and sit in my little tiny studio and bring my little kitty and she would rather sit in here than run around because we can sit here and create and do many things, right? And so it's like, how do you feel? How do people make you feel? And if they're making you feel overwhelmed, if they're making you feel sick, if they're making you feel like they want it, like they're making you feel upset, then you have to say no more, huh? Say ciao for meow. Say ciao for meow. And you have to really create the boundaries. And whether that is masculine to feminine, feminine to masculine, whatever that is, like we have to actually figure out what is best. Who is making us feel good? Who makes us feel alive? Who makes us feel sad? Who makes us feel overwhelmed? Like I saw somebody who was like, I didn't realize that I thought I thought that I had anxiety. I thought that I had an anxiety and depression disorder, and it turned out that it was just this person I was dating, right? And it's like, how do you feel now? It's like I feel great, actually. I don't have anxiety and I don't have depression. It turns out it was just like me being with somebody that was at such a different frequency, and this isn't me, I mean, yeah, of course this goes for all of us, right? That it was making the person, making us feel in another sort of way, making us feel some type of way, but way that we want to be feeling, right? Some type of way we don't want to be feeling. And so because of that, we have to be aware when we see something in the news. Like if it makes you fucking angry, figure out how you can redirect that energy, right? Transmutation of the energy. Get upset and say, you know what? Like I post something and then I go and make something. I create something. I do a download. I do some writing, right? Like every day, like I'm writing like a whole song. I'm channeling different stuff. I'm doing cards. I'm making some stuff. I'm making food, guys. I'm making fucking cakes. I dehydrated a bunch of fruit, and it's fucking delicious. Any state, a state of creation, where you can take that energy of upset in the world and create something beautiful to feed yourself, to nurture yourself, to share with the world. This is where we're really, this is where we get to this 10 of Pentacles, right? This is where we get to that actual fucking happiness. Like, it's amazing. Actually, I'll show you guys. Hold on. I gotta show you. Give me one second. This is my pumpkin. This is like a pumpkin. It's like pumpkin oat bread cake, right? With banana, so it's actually super moist. Like this, right? Tastes like fucking fruit roll-ups. Like, what do you want? Papaya? I got pineapple. I got banana. Like, of course, the fruit is better when it's fresh. But the reality of the situation is still creating something, right? Still just creating something. The act or the form of creation, creating art, whatever it is. Draw a picture, write a letter, paint something, do something organic, right? Go out and plant something, like sit in the sun, like, you know, do that thing that you always wanted to do. Message that person. Ask somebody to go on that date or that place is what I'm picking up on. Any more messages for collective? Transformation, yeah. It's a big ego death. For some people, there is or there was an ego death that had to happen. Okay. For many of you guys, there is or was an ego death that had to happen in order to be able to accept this love again. Okay. For many of you guys, you can be getting a message. You could be receiving a message from somebody. For some of you guys, you could have already known this. You could have been waiting for this, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. You may be receiving a message that is, for some of you guys, can be expected because Queen of Water, she kind of knows. But the Messenger of Water also. This is a message of love. Somebody that loved you or had a lot of love or has a lot of love for you. Okay. This can be a past love. This can be a new love. This is somebody definitely past life energy. Can be somebody from your family that passed also, that may have left you something like an inheritance, something like this, a Wheel of Fortune. Yeah. There could have been a lot of work. There could have been a lot of things that you had to do to prove that or to get that. Maybe there's a lot of information. I feel like a lot of people are trying to burn or block a lot of this information that was coming through, and that is coming to an end. Like I was saying before, all these people and practitioners that tried to do these things to collective, it will be coming back to them, you know, like 10 to 100 fold. So that means if you're wishing for someone to die in an accident or get hurt in an accident or get paralyzed in an accident, if that means you're wishing for someone to have a heart attack, if that means you're wishing for someone to go crazy or committed to an institution or fucking off themselves or whatever, like you're going to start seeing all of that coming back. Karma is going to be coming back. Yeah. And the devil is like, no. So basically, some people try to trade some souls. They try to use a chosen one's soul as an option, and they're like, we can't take that. That's a fucking star. Like that's a like that's not even optional. Like like they're below the level of the devil. It's like the devil is of service to them. The devil delivers them wherever they want to go as well. They're not demonic. They're not demonic, but these demonic people, this demonic group or people, this could be cult, this could be covenant. I'm picking up strong on like a sex or drug ring, something like this. Also, um, they're all going to be ended. Okay. They wanted to, and they wanted to take something. Okay. They tried to trade. They tried to trade the shining star. They tried to trade someone's destiny. They tried to destiny swap, and they are going nowhere fast. They're not even. They don't even have a ticket to fucking hell. They are going to be like bleeped out, and they're going to get. Yeah, they're not. They're not going to be victorious, but this star collective will be victorious. They are going to be victorious only in losing everything. Okay. That was very foolish. They were told many times and times again to not mess with this one. For some of you guys, there could have been a petitioner that was hiding. Okay. Um, and that already knew that they couldn't touch this. And they collected the money. They collected the money because they didn't want to fight, because people kept trying to give them the money to take away the strength, to break the heart, to ruin this thing. And this practitioner could have okay, two things. The practitioner took off. Okay, they're in hiding. They took off. They took a go on, take money and run. For some of you guys, they took the money and run. For others, this other person that really wanted to fuck up collective, that really wanted them to be left out in the cold, that really wanted them to suffer this abandonment, they are now experiencing that. Okay, they could now actually be fighting for their own strength, for their own life. They're definitely fighting for who they thought was the love of their life, but the love of their life was actually fucking money, not this person, and this person is finding that out. Um, and a lot of people aren't showing up now. They're feeling abandoned too. Where they try to create a large smear campaign collective against this star, they try to turn a lot of people against them to where they were abandoned, and they had everybody on their side, and now it's coming back and they're abandoned. Seven of Earth. All of that energy and work that they put in getting everybody else to do that is now coming back like times 100, and they're not having a good time. Yeah, they're completely whacked out of balance. They're not having a good time. They thought they did it all for money too, and they thought that it was going to pay off, and now it's not. And now they actually fucking borrowed money to pay a practitioner that took off with the fucking money. Ooh. And the practitioner knew already, kept telling them no, or told them yes, take the money and fucking run. And that practitioner is going to end up dead if they're not already. Yeah, they're not, they're unreachable. This could be two practitioners that accepted the money, saying that they were going to get the wish fulfillment, that they were going to take this and just wait. It just took a little bit. They just needed a little bit more money, a little bit more investment in order to do something. Yeah, this queen, this Jezebel energy. Wow, what the fuck? For some of you, it could start raining, or you could get washed out. For some of them, they could end up drowning or getting in bleeding out, maybe. Six of water. This is someone for the past, okay? This is someone that has been, okay, this is somebody that has been doing this to collective for quite some time. Then they brought in this other person, this other Jezebel energy that was doing some type of spell work or trying to do some type of spell work, some other type of spell work, something else, something darker. And they brought her in. Wow, it's so crazy. Sorry, get water out of nowhere. They brought her in. For some of you guys, yeah, you could be having major leaking, major water damage, something like this is going to come in. Interesting. Is my machine safe here? Yeah, it's not going to keep leaking. Okay, but for some of you guys, well, yeah, water is the key to life. So, but if the water main bursts, right? Like if some type of water starts bursting or flowing, right? That's going to cause a problem, especially if you're a fire. It's going to put your ass out. So, this could also be dealing with somebody that has been blocking somebody's currency, somebody's flow for a long time, someone's financial flow. Yeah. Someone has had a lot of patience. Uh, this is someone, this is someone that you could have known since you were small. Collective could have known since they were very small. This could even be someone family oriented. Yeah. You have moved away from them, or you will be moving away from them to calmer shores. Just be patient. Yeah. There is other people that are out there working on it. There is many things that are being worked on. Yeah. You're going to be victorious. Okay. For some of you guys, you're going to have some type of court thing. There's going to be some type of settlement. This person is potentially going to get the death penalty. I'm like, tell me about this water. Tell me about this water. Yeah, the 9 of fire, the wounded warrior. Somebody is going to have something happen to them with the water. Okay. So for some of them, they could have, yeah, well, they poisoned my water before. So watch out the water that you're drinking, I guess. They could be having something that goes down like that. They could have done that. They could have tried to dehydrate or cut off water, poison water, something like this. Yeah, this is somebody that's been very mischievous and they've taken, the well has run dry. That's what I'm hearing. The well has run dry. Okay, so they could also be freaking because all this money that they took, they spent and now they can't get it back, which means big trouble. Temptation. For some of them, they're trying to make the money back doing things that they shouldn't be doing, which is like selling drugs or themselves, their body, doing less than desirable jobs. Okay. And like anything that they can do to not take accountability, right? Like, is this so just the way of the world? For all these water drops, water is the key to your life. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, water is the key. That's why I'm just like, huh, where's the, like, what? There's a leak, right? There's a leak in the flow, right? How we see things around us. This is all symbolism, right? We're in a dream state. And um, yeah, so there's a leak somewhere, right? This is the flow that's coming through. There is a leak somewhere, which means somebody is leaking some information. Ooh, messenger of the bear. Somebody is leaking some information. Ooh, somebody is getting scared and somebody is not strong and somebody is turning somebody in. Four of air for their healing. They thought about it for a while and yeah, they're gonna take things legally. This is gonna hurt some people or break some people's hearts, gonna leave some people abandoned. That many of them can't believe this person walked away and is just doing this, that it can just go like that. Hey man, you know, justice is justice. I can't make this up. Hey, justice is justice, which means this is court. Like someone's going to be going away. Someone's going to be walking away. Hold on. Hold on. I know what you want. I left it open and she's gonna keep trying to eat it. Come here. Come here. She loves papaya. Get off. Get off of here. She loves the papaya. She ate so much. She's like, what the fuck? It's not the same. This is when it's fresh. Yes, it's definitely better when it's fresh, but it lasts much longer like this. It only lasts 2 days when it's fresh. This way it can last for a long time. It looks like fish. It totally does look like fish with these little, see this little grate behind it? Interesting. No, baby. Eat this one. If I lick it, is it better? I wanted to go in the dehydrator. I just felt like the wicked old witch. 2 of Earth. Yeah. Things are going to be balanced. Things are being balanced. Now, for many of you guys, you can be having an unexpected flow of wealth that can be coming in. Okay. Also an unexpected flow of emotion. Okay. For some of you guys, because water is emotional state. Where is it going? Here. Okay. Because water is emotional state, right? This is our soul, our emotion, our love. For some of you guys, you can be having a lot of tears, but a lot of the tears may not be sad tears. They may actually be happy tears. Yeah, I'm picking up tears of joy. Like you can be, somebody will be experiencing a lot of crying, a lot of washing. Some of you guys can be doing some type of ceremony, cleansing ceremony. Maybe do a cleansing ceremony. Make sure you're cleansing yourself, like I said, with your salt baths, or just imagining the energetic light washing over you. Let's get some more sage. Yeah, these people may be scared because a couple of practitioners may have passed away. Okay, if they were wishing for somebody's roof to fall in, for somebody's tree to crash on their vehicle, for someone to crash on their vehicle, for someone to be hurt, for someone to lose their business and their creativity and their mind and their money. Guess what? The Emperor. These dark people, this dark group or cult or coven is going down. Yeah, the Emperor in reverse. Taking down empires, yeah. No, like they've been trying to fight. They try to put their best people on it. For many of them, they paid a lot of money, and that's why they kept going at it, because they weren't willing to give up. They were not willing to give up, yeah. They didn't want to give up their bad ways. Again, this is another projection of the state of the world, right? It's like, no, I don't want to give up my temptations. I don't want to give up my pleasures. I don't want to give up misogyny to stop war. I don't want to give up all of our system to get rid of the pedophiles. Like, what? Why? What do you want, Chad? What do you want, Steve? Like, what? Excuse me? Karen, sit down. I think you need to learn you some more knowledge. Yeah, the hangman. Some people are going to hang, and it's going to make some people happy. Some people aren't getting that happy ending that they wish, but some people will be. Yeah, this hangman energy, Piscean energy. Um, yeah, they did it because they were expecting to get this payout, and then at the end, now they're gonna have to pay out because they're gonna be fucking going down. And collective is going to be getting all of their wishes come true. Like, because if they are chosen ones, and they're getting all these things because they did the work. Motherfuckers, do the work. Work, 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 work. Bro, you gotta do the work. You gotta do the work. They're not just getting it because they have it and they've done lifetimes of work. Generational karma, yeah. The Hierophant. They deserve. They've done all the work. The 10. They've done all the work. They've done everything that it takes to get this, you guys. To get this happy ending, to get this love. They've put in the work, they've learned, they've done their work. Okay? The people that haven't, that are trying to take something that doesn't belong to them, they're not going to have a happy ending. They're not going to have a happy ending. They're going to be getting the message, all right. But it's going to be from the King of Water. For some of you guys, this can be a King of Water. This can be a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio that is not looking too happy about this message coming through, that they've been holding or withholding. For some of them, they could have. So I was picking up on lots of different things. So fraud, identity theft, perjury, insurance fraud, attempted murder, right? So like, the reality is like, someone stole somebody's identity, then they went. I picked up different things. Somebody claimed to marry somebody to collect something in an insurance policy. Someone actually did get a loan for a house, vehicles, business, something like this, in somebody else's identity. Somebody did start identity. Someone actually stole someone else's property, intellectual value, intellectual property, or like valuable, something like this. They stole something, some type of something that was not theirs. Some type of gift, some type of inheritance, like many things. Like, I'm picking up on like a lot, like a lot, like a lot, like millions. And I don't mean like in rupiah, I mean like in USD. Like 500 million, 500 million, like a lot. These people have been taking things to different countries to produce this intellectual property. And there's been a whole bunch of them. Okay. I'm picking up on like between 10 and 30 people that were involved in this. And this is, so just so you guys know, when you start to do things in a group, okay, just a little piece of information. Just hold on, you guys. Hold on, you guys. Just a little piece of information. When you start to do things in a group, it's now considered a crime syndicate. Number one. Number two, organized crime, which is also another 10 to 15 fucking years, because it's premeditated and you guys are doing it in a group. It's just like the list keeps getting longer. And the thing is guilty by association. So whether someone did it or not, the fact that they were in the group and they didn't warn the person, or they didn't do something against it, or they didn't actually contact any authorities or anything like that to prevent it or to solve it, like, they've all been under surveillance for an extended amount of time and still are. And love will always win, but guess what? Ain't no love, ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Yeah, Is someone really wanted to dip their dick somewhere where they shouldn't have? And they're okay. For some of you guys, this person that was cheating, that was going around, that was trying to dip their dick or whatever, being a horror story here, is going to try to come back and be like, but I love you, right? Because now they see the collective is winning, or they're actually going to try to be like, I'm going to be all these things that you want me to be. And it's all a lie, you guys. The ace of air. It's all a lie. It's all a fabricated story because they don't want you to tell some things on them. They don't want to they don't want to lose. They don't want to go to prison. They don't want to go to death penalty. They don't want to do whatever this is. They don't want to have to pay back the money. They're going to try one last attempt. And these people are trying to send them in because they don't know what to do because the practitioners are fucking dead or sick. Maybe their family members or their kids or somebody that they care about. What are you doing over there? Don't do that. Hope. No, there's no hope for you. There's no hope for you. Oh, that love and acceptance. She knocked that shit right down. Hope, love, and acceptance. Gone. Yeah. That they may be waiting for their ships to come in, but there's nobody there. They're like, but I did all this stuff for all these people. No, they're all going to turn your back. They're all going to turn their back. They're going to realize that these karmics set up a collective, and that was a bad choice. They chose the wrong side to be on. They chose the wrong people to work with. And so what's the outcome? What is the outcome? What does me say the outcome is? Life force. For some of them, they can already be dead or dying. Okay, life force energy upside down. For some of them, especially the ones that were using the sex magic, okay? Yeah, 5 of water. They tried to take the easy way out. They tried to not put in the work. They tried to take the energy of somebody else who already put in the work, and that's leaving them with this sadness. They are going to be super sad, and nobody is going to be backing them up. This 5 of Cups. They're going to be sad. They're going to be sitting there being like, fuck. The only person I have to be mad at is myself because I made the wrong fucking choices. I chose the wrong partner. I chose the wrong side. I chose to try to play this fucking game when I had a dime piece for fucking corn kernels. You know what I'm saying? For fucking sunflower seed shells. It's like you traded something shiny for something fucking rusty, and they have nobody else to blame but themselves. Yeah. And there's nothing they can do to fix it or to balance it out. They're gonna try. They're gonna try, but it's this King of Water energy. They're gonna try to come in, but I think for many of them, they don't know exactly how to express their emotions, and for many of you guys, it can be fucked up because actually the person could have actually not realized that they had so much emotion or love for you until after all this shit was gone. But actually, I don't know if they even do at this point, or if they're still just pretending, Page of Air. If they're still just like, well, I have to do something because otherwise I'm going to lose everything. I'm already losing everything. But they waited too long. They waited too long. Yeah. 5 of Waters. It's like something that's happened in the past. It's like a collective is like, I can't cry over spilt milk anymore. People are either showing up or they're not showing up. People are either fucking taking the action and figuring out how to do it or they're not. Like you don't know how to send something like this or something like that. You don't know how to fucking, like, if you wanted to, you would. Okay, they're not strong enough. Okay, they don't have the ability to give and receive. They just want to hold on. They just want to take, they want to receive and keep that love for themselves, but they don't have the ability to return it. So watch out, collective. Watch out, because yes, there is a love, there is stability that is coming in, but it's on the other side of letting go. It's on the other side of thinking that returning back, you have to go to a safer shore, something else, somewhere else. Okay. Staying on the same shore is not a sure win. Okay. It's what's keeping the wheel of fortune. That's what they've been doing, is they've been trying to keep you from achieving that. Many of these people, there's like 10, 16, 26 people. I'm picking up on like 26 people. There's a lot of people that were in on this, and a lot of people that took payout, and a lot of people that have a lot of things riding on this. And a lot of people, like, again, like I said, you try to call collective crazy or bipolar or fucking mentally unstable, like, that's going to be happening to you. That's what's going to happen. Yeah. Page of air. It's the action. For every action, there is equal opposite or sometimes more powerful reaction. And the thing is all this spell work is backfiring. Yeah. They're not having any justice. They're not getting anything. They're not getting any strength. They're not getting any backup. Even the divine is like, nah, bro, you did this to yourself. Sorry. You didn't learn your lesson. You get what you get. Stop being a bitch. You get what you give. You shouldn't have held on to the wrong things for so long. That was a choice. That was a choice. Any more messages for the collective? Yeah, you fought for the wrong. You fought for the wrong one. You fought for the wrong thing. You fought to be fucking single, to be free, to be able to fuck whoever you want, when really you shouldn't have done that. You should have chose the, yeah. Emperor in reverse. Ace of water in reverse. Transformation in reverse. Moon in reverse. Yeah. Sometimes deceit. Okay. People can forgive, but deception and lies, betrayal, people can't really forgive that. You can't really return after that. After you've chosen someone else, after you know, after you've betrayed someone's love, someone's help, someone that saw all this in you, and you um, lied and lied and lied and lied and lied about it, you know, it's not going to work. It's just going to start pouring. Okay. For many of them, they can be fucking crying a river. They may be crying a river to a lot of people trying to gain some type of stability or some type of backing, but people aren't going to back them anymore. Nope. They're like, nope, sorry, bro, not going to back you anymore. You chose to put your money on a wrong fucking trick pony, bro. You didn't do what's right. And now the real emperor is coming in, King of Swords. Okay. So this real rule is coming in. And something's going to be put down. Okay. For some of you guys, you could be losing an animal. You might have to put an animal down, or you could be losing somebody that has strong animalistic qualities. Okay. They can be having some type of sickness or disease. They can be dying from it. Okay. Something that they ate, something AIDS, some type of sickness, some type of yeah. So some people they tried to give an STD or an STI or some type of viral, like blood infection, something like this, some type of autoimmune, something like this, yeah. And it's going to balance out. Security is going to come in. Somebody, a Queen of Earth. Okay. So this is Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. Strong Virgo energy I'm picking up. Strong Capricorn energy as well. They've been keeping something that didn't belong to them, and they've been trying to do everything that they can. Okay, this can also be a motherly figure. Okay. A motherly figure thought that she was doing what was fair and what was right, but she didn't. She didn't expect you to actually know or find out. They could have been profiting off of this the whole time. Yeah. Saying that collective wasn't able to make decisions for themselves. Yeah. That they needed to monitor or control the wealth or the security, but they haven't provided it at all. They haven't provided it at all. And now collective is returning not only as the high priestess, but the empress, the king of air, and the emperor. Or this is her and her partner returning. It's like, I be knowing some shit, and I'm not letting that shit fly. I own everything. Fuck you. And the emperor is like, what she says goes. This is what it is. This is our fucking empire. Done. Done. Anything else about this queen? Yeah, it could have been a couple. This couple made a bad judgment call. Okay. Also, what's going to change is you guys coming into stability. Okay. Coming into stability with this divine partner will actually happen. You guys will, you have something that you have a lot to work on together. Not like you have a lot to work on, but like you have a lot. You're going to be giving and receiving. You're going to be, for all the work and stuff that you put in, you're going to be receiving everything for that. But you guys have a lot that you'll still want to be working on to achieve together. Okay, that you will be receiving also accolades and financial support as well. Okay, yeah, just be patient. It is coming. Okay, and this passionate new beginning is coming. Okay, but be aware there is also someone trying to come in and get one last dip. You know, get one last dip while they still can and offer some fucking weak ass Page of Cups. Okay, do not. This is a trick. This is their last ditch effort. Do not take that trip. You know, you're going to know instinctively what it feels like. They're going to say, oh, yeah, yeah, we can do all of this, try to work something out together, but they're just trying to stab you in the back. Okay. They're just trying to cash out or get something else from you or try to take you out. Not in a good way. Try to take your security from you, something like this, because they could be losing that because they wanted that on you. And it might be the only way for them. I keep getting this King of Fire in reverse. This fucking gigolo, Jezebel, male spirit, fire sign. Yeah, it's like their last ditch effort. Do not make an agreement with them. Do not agree to anything with them. If you've already cut somebody off or somebody out, there is a reason for that. There is a reason why you're working by yourself and not with them, because you cut them off for a good reason. Empress, because you could foresee who is actually giving and who is taking, who is not doing the work and who is doing the work, who is part of your wish or your dream fulfillment, and who is just here as a fucking reverse page that needs to go the fuck away already. 8 of Cups. 5 of Air. You have already beat them, you guys. You've already beat them. They are playing a game so you don't know. They don't want you to know that they're in that they're losing. They have no strength. For some of you guys, these people are obsessed with you. They cannot stop thinking. These can be the people that have developed some type of sex addiction or something like that, and you could feel a lot of energy from them collective at sometimes. Yeah, you may feel energy and wonder, why are you feeling energy or something towards them? And that's because they're trying to do weird sex magic or weird spells to make you um, feel bad or guilty or miss them. They're trying to do sex magic with other people. Yeah. For many of them, they think that they can do it by themselves. They think that they can look at you or a picture of you or imagine you or be doing that and manifesting you or something that they want, but it's not working for them. For many of you, they're out of strength. They could be very sick. Okay. They could be very sick and they could be hiding this from not just you, but many people. They may not want you to know. For some of you, they may try to contact you to try to have a conversation, because they know they're either going away, they're never going to see you again, or they may be passing away. They may be holding on to some information or something. Yeah. Or they may just want to actually truly express their love to you. Maybe they're sick, maybe they got in a bad accident, maybe they're dying, maybe they want to actually just tell you the truth or say that they're sorry for blocking your ships from coming in, from blocking your actual emperor from playing fucking games, from trying to do all this shit. I don't know. Maybe it's their last ditch effort because they know they're about to meet their fucking maker, guys. I don't know. You're gonna know justice is not does not look like it's coming in for them, but it does look like it's coming in for collective. Okay, so just stay protected, keep your protection spells up, make sure you're doing your spiritual cleansing, even if you're not, run your hands, your face with water. Imagine a golden light or indigo light, whatever, coming over, pouring over, cleansing yourself. Connect um, um, uh, your hands and your feet to get like this. What do you guys think? I can't really see on this phone. You've been attacked out of the blue so many times. I'm so sorry about that. You're a survivor. Yeah, you're not going to give up. Oops. Goodbye. Goodbye to the losers, I guess is what it is. Loosest one, loser, I don't know. You agree. Ocean 555. He's trying to come back, totally obsessed. Yeah, I mean, some people can. Now there is different energies that I am sensing trying to come back. For some of them, it is divine masculine trying to re-enter. Yeah, Two of Cups. It is actually a new partnership, right? Don't be so protected that you're not allowing for the new partnership to come in. Also, this is kind of why the old person wants to keep us, it wants to stay in this total obsession state. That way you keep thinking about them, right? Because if you're just thinking about them and thinking about them, then it's like it's blocking the field for what's coming, right? So just keep thinking every day, even if you have to get up and read yourself like a book, a little mantra that's like, I'm starting a new life. Today is going to be the best day. Today is the first day of the rest of my life. I'm never going backwards. I'm never going back to those type of situations, whatever. If you have to say that, or if you have to read it, or if there's some type of positive affirmation you have to do, or you have to recheck yourself or your energy, your protection, do rinsing, wash your hands and running water in your face, right? Do it, because what's happening is as long as you're giving too much energy to the past, you're preventing the future, and that's what they're trying to do, is to mud up the field. It's literally what they're attempting to do. Yeah, they're attempting to block this. Okay, for some of them, they may be trying to come in and apologize for blocking it, but it may start off as this guilt, trying one last time, um, trying one last time to actually like profess their love to you. Now, this can be someone that you could, strong air and fire signs. Doesn't have to be, also earth signs. But the thing is that they can give it one last go, but don't be confused, because a lot of you guys, there's false twin situations that were happening, and they're writing off of that because they've been confusing the collective with that, and they actually fucked up the connection because of that, right? Because they were working against it. So, um, yeah, be aware of that. Be aware that again, your body is going to feel, is this person, do I feel protected? Do I feel safe? Do I trust it? Like, no, if you don't trust the person, farther than you can throw them and you can't even fucking pick them up, then like, no, you know it's going to end wrong. Okay, then just tune in. Yeah. I am going to leave it at that. Okay, guys, because that's a little bit, it's a little bit too much. I don't want to keep going back down. I don't want to keep going back down that rabbit hole. So burn yourself some sage. Give yourself a nice little spiritual bath. Drink lots of water. Make sure what you're eating, because they're also trying to come through. You know, um, they can come through as entities through many different things, through different substances, through different things. Does that mean you cannot do something? No, but what it does mean is that you need to be very aware, and you need to have protection, and you need to be always in that state. Okay. Thank you so much for your protection, for your clearance, for everybody here and their presence. And thank you for your presence. Yeah, there was a false twin. Well, they were playing it because the thing is they were attempting to destiny swap. That was the actual thing. And so what I noticed in my thing is actually that the person, they were using a previous lifetime connection, love, or twin from long, long, long time ago. And that's how they were getting it fucked up, by keeping this person in the middle as this false twin. And then what it was doing was aggravating the actual twin. But at the same time, where's the actual twin, right? Because they should be strong enough to know if they're embodying full masculine, then they should be defending and protecting, not deflecting. So just know, don't be fooled again. Fool me once, fool me twice, but don't fool me 3 times. Okay, guys, thank you for your presence. Remember to give a like, share, subscribe, comment, and yeah, sending you all of the love in the world. If you have been going through all of this and you have been doing it by yourself and you're still doing it, you're doing it alone, you're doing it, you're broke, you're doing it, whatever, your heart, your being, your soul, it's okay. It's a breakthrough. We're almost on the other side of it. It's trying to keep us in this mental state. And this is how far back this this patriarchal wound goes, right? Is that we cannot exist without that. And we can. We have so many capacities and capabilities, okay? And we need to just start tapping in. What are the things that really make us feel good, and find the people that support those things, or that allow those things. And then vibrationally, we will start drawing in more of the people and things that make sense, that give us that good advice or that support, that make us feel like seen or heard, like, okay, so I'm not crazy, like someone else is experiencing this, like I they draw me to YouTube all the time. I'm always looking and listening to different readers, and it's just like randomly, it's like, pick this one, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And I love how um I love how so much of it you're like, okay, so I'm not fucking, I'm not just like, this isn't just a solo thing. This is actually like a collective wound that many of us are experiencing, right? Okay, so every time we choose ourselves, this is something I was trying to tell one of my girlfriends, is every time we choose ourselves, right, over the masculine. I'm not saying that your dude or that dude or any dude is bad, but every time the feminine stops to entertain the misogyny and chooses the right thing, we're working more towards a matriarchal future. We're working more towards bringing in the embodied masculine, not the one that is belittling, right? Every time each one of us makes a correct ripple of self-love of feminine, of standing up for whatever, right? It ripples. We are the collective consciousness, like the 100 monkeys theory, right? Once 100 monkeys figured out that they could just drop the mango in the water and then bite it, and they didn't have to wash the sand off, like they didn't have to eat the fucking sand, then it all just started happening on all the other islands, because it was collective conscious, right? There's enough people that are awake. So once we acknowledge that something is wrong, we can say that's wrong. This is not how we want it. Now we start to project, to visualize what the better thing is. We don't stay stuck on what the negative part of it was, right? It's the hardest thing that I'm having to do because I'm still having to deal with legal shit, right? But I realize that I have to do it, right? I have to do it because on a larger collective level, the download that I got today was basically like, yeah, okay, see the world stage. It's an actual representation, the macro and the micro. So if it's like if you don't do this legally, then like the rest of the world doesn't do it legally, right? Like you don't prosecute these people, right? Then like the rest of the world, those fucking people, the macro and the micro. When you know something is right and you're like, but I don't want to be the one, someone's got to be the fucking one sometimes, right? Like for me, if it was like people were just fucking with me, okay, but like these people have systematically killed, attacked, murdered, stolen, identities, property, intellectual value, valuable, like people's art, like everything, like systematically murdered and stolen this shit. Like that fucking show, The Serpent. That's actually like real life deal with what I've been dealing with. And them fucking trying to kill me along the way. But you know what? I realize, like, do I want to take all these people down? Like, part of me, yeah. Part of me is like, God, I just want to do something beautiful. Like, I'm over it. But then a large portion, like the download is basically like the macro and the micro, right? If you choose to do this, you're defending every other woman, every other artist, every other person that comes. It's a choice, right? For you to walk through the door, like, and I've done that. And that has been the systematic pattern that I haven't gotten out of the fucking trip, right? Look at that. Even the butterfly closed up, right? Yeah, because that's what's keeping the flight from happening. That's what's keeping the wings closed, right? That's what's making it die is the fact that we're not opening up out of this state. We're in this, well, I'm kind of scared. Well, I don't, I don't want one like I don't want those people didn't want you to live. Those people didn't have your happy ending. Those people didn't want you to have your money. They didn't want you to have your house. They didn't want you to have your safety. They didn't want you to have your fucking life. And you are the motherfucking blueprint life force energy that inspires the rest of the goddamn world. And they're willing to fucking off that me because they're too fucking lazy and uninspired to create something on their own, that they have to suck the literal life force energy and creativity out of the chosen ones. Think about it. They've fucking murdered every prophet. Think about it. Prince, Michael Jackson, like Bob Marley, like think about all of it systematically over time. They're killing the prophets, they're killing the ones that are setting people free. And now we're in this information age where everything is online, everybody's being watched, and it's much more complicated. They can't get away with the same old, because there's receipts on receipts on receipts on data on data on data on data on info on info on info. And that's just what it is. So I mean, I don't see no fucking apologies. I don't see nobody kissing my ass. I don't see myself still in my house. I don't see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M's in my bank account. In my bank account. You know what I'm saying? So until, I mean, even if I do, I'm not even sure that I'll change my mind at this point. It's like it's been too long. Motherfuckers relentlessly berating me. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's what they do. Is they set people up and they make people targets and they do, and that's fine. But like, I'm a chosen one, I'm divinely protected, and they're sitting here fucking scratching their fucking balls and their heads, wondering what the fuck. People are fucking dying, people are crashing, people are having heart attacks, people are having all this crazy shit happen. They're going crazy. They need to be admitted into an institution. Why? Because I'm a motherfucking chosen one, and hopefully a lot of the people here are chosen ones. You're part of the 144,000. You're the light warriors. You're the fucking ADHDers, the neurodivergents, bro, because we are here to do something bigger. You've heard that story. You don't feel like you fit in this world because you came here to create a new one. That's fucking real. Real shit. Not fake news. That's real news. So if we can get off of the fake news shit and onto the real shit, which is solutions. Solutions. Like, we can't keep doing the same. You can't build a new house on a fucking crack foundation. You have to fucking level that shit out and pour a new foundation and start over, bro. Like, it's just how it goes. Like, that's logic. That's fucking science or whatever, like the math ain't mathing the way that things are going right now. And the reality is the only way. It's not the only way to make it even. I mean, karmatically, it's going to make it even. I know karmatically, like, they're being haunted. I know they're being like, I know all the things that are happening is happening from a spiritual level, like on spiritual attack. And people are fucking freaking. Like I said, the water's coming in. Like, I seen people's fucking whole shit, their whole block flooded. Like, when the fucking neighbors cut my power, and I was like, fuck you. I prayed to the God, like, can I get some fucking water? Everything started flooding. The river came up. Everyone else's shit flooded. I didn't have any fucking water in my house. Oh, and all of my singing bowls and all of my. It's a reality. So, like, nature, natural selection, right? Like, so anyways, if you're out there and you're doing the right thing, stay prayed up, stay calling in your angels, stay uh stay calling in your angels, your ancestors, and everyone. Stay calling people in. I can't see what you're writing. It's so small. They call people chosen. That's their way of making you a target. I don't really care. I know I'm chosen because I talk to angels and spirits and dead people. So I already know what my mission is. If you know what your mission is, then that's okay. I don't mind it. Like, the reality of the situation is, target or not, it doesn't really matter. I've been dealing with it my entire life. And the only way it's going to change is if we stand up. And if they've already literally tried to take my life, um, then the way I look at it is, it doesn't matter because they've already fucking systematically denied me and targeted me anyway. So I'm just going to stay true and authentic to me and to you, and say it is what it is, and I'm going to do everything that I can to inform people and to help, um, change that, help change and shift the world. And that's just the way it is. We're just seeing new systems that come into play, right? Like, I speak to God every day. I don't need to go to some system. I don't need to go through some man that rapes children or that is pedophilia or that is collecting money or that has changed the Bible or any of this shit. Um, I don't need to do that because I sit and commune with the divine multiple times a day. I've been channeling since I was a child. And so I'm not really worried. I'm divinely protected. It doesn't matter. Like, when I was young, it was driving me crazy. I tried to off myself. Not possible. Many other people have tried to off me in my life. Not possible, bro. Like, they just keep sending me back until my mission is complete. Like, I'm here. So just get used to it, guys. Get used to the view. As always, if you're doing the work, Thank you. It's just a piece of silk that I wrapped up on here because I wanted more color. Um, as always, keep doing the work. If you're doing it, I'm proud of you. You got this. You're going the right way. I love you. I'm sending you blessings and protection and love and light and the most beautiful, purest frequencies. I'll give you one more. I'll give you one more bowl before we go. Let's get the red one. Let's get the red one. If I can get it out of here for you guys. Woo. And just turn on the frequency. Listen to what music you're listening to. Listen to what you're hearing. Listen to what you're listening to on YouTube. Who's talking around you. Change the narrative. Change the narrative. Patriarchy will soon be dead. Don't worry. Everything you knew was a lie. Tap into everything that you know. Everything you've been taught is a lie. Think about what you knew. Think about what is new. KNEW. What really resonates with your soul, not what you've been taught. Not what you've been told, not what you've been convinced. What really resonates with the frequency of your soul? Bring yourself back to a head to heart coherence. Here's some Catholic shit for you. You know what I loved in Italy? All the Catholic churches had the mother, not Jesus on the cross. The mother, because the wisdom comes from creation. Creation is feminine. The portal between the heavens and the earth is between your legs if you're a lady. So Jesus Christ was an ascended master, not a god. You're worshiping a false idol. And he was taught by Sophia, a woman, and that is where this Christ consciousness, before it can come, Sophia has to reawaken. This is a biblical proportion. You don't believe me? Go check out the prophecies. I'm sure if you're actually religious that you know. And you wouldn't be over here and defending Jesus. You would be shitting your pants because you know I'm right. So go get yourself some baby wipes for your baby knowledge, your baby information. It's okay. It's okay. Forgive yourself. You've been systematically programmed by a system that wants to be misogynistic and in control, including organized religion number one. It's okay. Forgive yourself. I love you. I forgive you. I send you white light and angels through the day and night. Ciao for now. Sophia out. Ciao, guys.